Hi, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another episode at Utopia Farms. So last night's video is still uploading, of course, because it was a super long one, so I hope you enjoy it. But I've decided to get on with the next video, so today we're gonna see how all the newly shorn sheep did. Hi, buddies! Hi! And we're in with the ram lambs right now, and they are looking handsome. I actually prefer Dorsets with their wool on because, you know, that fluffy cute face and the fluffy legs, it's unique and really cute. But I have to say that the Suffolks look most handsome when their wool is off, where you can really see the white wool and the black delineation between the black and white. They just look so pretty, I find. They're all looking good. Today, the heat's broken quite a bit from yesterday. It's still warm, but we got a really good wind going. We got massive downpour yesterday. I mean, just walking around here, I'm sinking in the ground. But we have to get moving. We lost some of our crops because we couldn't plant it this year. So we really need to get the hay done. So Arnie's gonna attempt to knock some hay down despite the fact that the fields are wet, because we've got supposedly a 4-day window to dry some hay. So because it is moist on the ground and the hay will soak up the moisture from the ground, it doesn't have to be just from the air that affects the hay. He's only going to do a small field just to get a start. So this is the field he's going to be taking down today. Come on, you guys! Come on! So here he comes with the mower. He's just going to park it in the field. But look at the ruts in our yard when he drives through. It almost looked like it almost was going to hit the gate there. Didn't. But it's sopping wet. But we got a good wind. Who knows, it might dry today. Because it is so extremely wet in their paddock that we were sending them to yesterday, we're gonna bring them back to the front field just for a day or so. This field is quite chewed off, but there's still a lot here. But this field is tile drained, so it's actually really dry. So we're gonna run the girls down this way, all freshly shorn, and see how they do. The noise you're gonna hear is the wind, so hopefully it's not making too much feedback from the wind, because it is very windy today. The days are never just normal wind, normal rain, normal sun. Everything's on the extreme version. But here they come. Katie! Come on! The running of the ewes. This doesn't feel like we're getting any smaller. But for just being weaned, there's a few in poor condition, but in general, with this many, most of them are looking pretty good shape. They'll feel good today with the breeze blowing over their freshly shorn bodies. You'll see that in this whole group there's one that didn't get sheared. She had really bad mastitis. So she's gonna get shipped, unfortunately. But everyone else looked fantastic with their udders and drying up. When you have this many sheep, you do expect some to have problems, but one out of this many is, I think it's quite an accomplishment. Hey guys, hi. Hi. Did you want to come up for a pet? They're like a little plague of locusts. Arnie's pushing them to the farther reaches of the field because, like I said, they all want to stay here where it's pretty grazed off to get those little fresh new shoots. But that is how fields get destroyed, so we don't want them doing that. We want them to do it a little more evenly, so we're going to push them to the back, encourage them to eat that longer grass off and give this new grass a little chance to grow up a bit. Like I said, they're only in here probably for a day because... What? Yeah, they're only in here because the other field is just saturated. This is actually very solid. Usually the ewe lambs have been staying in until evening, but today it is a much nicer day, so a few of them have ventured out here to see what is going on in this field. So these are the ewe lambs, and because we chopped that field down, they come, well, they go all over the field now, so knocking that long grass was a good move. And they're excited to see all these ewes running around out here. I'm cleaning the lamb pen right now, and in the pasture here This is where the sheep were grazing yesterday. That's a coyote. This is right behind the lamb barn. I don't even know how it would have gotten in. So now that we know that he's in here, we can try watch to see where the weakness in the fence is. One thing about them getting in is they do let you know that somewhere there's a hole that they can get through. Really are beautiful animals, and I swear, even though he is in the pasture here now, I wouldn't want my lambs out here because they're about the same size. The ewes might be okay, but yeah, obviously we're not going to tempt fate. But when I had a sheep farm before I moved here, I had a ram pen, and they were Shetland sheep, and they were really, really little sheep. You see how small my Shetlands are? And I had 2 coyotes that were constantly in the ram paddock, and never ever once killed a ram. They were kind of like our rams here. The rams stayed outside and they just had a lean-to. So the coyotes were in there, and Arnie was with me, and we watched the coyotes walking in like within a foot of the sheep, and they were rooting around in the grass, I swear, for mice and stuff, and they didn't touch my sheep. This guy looks a little confused, like he doesn't know how he got in this pasture that he hasn't been in before. Now it could be, one thing we do have here is lots of hunters. And the hunters scare the coyotes. We were in our backyard once, and the hunters ran a coyote right into our yard. And he got stuck in the yard because it had big fences. And he was panicking. He was so terrified. And eventually he did jump over the fence and into the sheep paddock. So we were kind of pissed off at the hunters because they actually put the coyote into our field. And I'm wondering if that's what happened with this one too, because they are not normally in here, and he looks nervous. And the backfields where he is where the hunters are always running their dogs and shooting the coyotes. We don't let them hunt on our property because, like I say, we've never had a problem with coyotes injuring sheep. And if you remove the coyotes that are not causing you problems, chances are a rogue male who's been kicked out of the group will come in and be a problem. So that philosophy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what we believe in. And while I'm back in the field where the coyote was, this is the gate we opened the other day, where I said, let's see how the ewes do on that paddock. There it is. I guess this is 2 days later, but yesterday didn't really count too much because of that thunderstorm and rain. They weren't out here too long. But see that? A lot of that's trampage. But yeah, sheep are locusts. They took her right down. So when you leave the sheep free to come and go as they please, you'll have some that will be out in the pasture. And then you'll have others who've said, no, I'm full. I'm gonna go back to the barn and lay down and chew my cud. Because our sheep, I honestly have never seen them lay down in the pasture and chew their cud. They always come back to the barn to do it. If we lock the gate so they can't get out, they'll lay down in the pasture. But if they are given the option, which they always do have here, they always come back to do that. So if we peek in the barn here through the webbing, those are the newly sheared ewes, and there's like half of them under the feeders like this. And they're all hiding under there because now that their wool is off, they can feel the bugs. And they hate flies landing on them, as do I. So they hide under there to try and keep out of the bugs. And in the barn, even though it's open, it's quite sheltered, so there are bugs flying around in the barn. But if they came outside, like these guys just did, there won't be any bugs because no fly can withstand the winds we're having here today. And that's why when you see sheep running or walking in the fields with their heads down and kind of twitching and stuff, that's what they're doing. They're twitching because of the bugs. They do not like flies. Here's a bunch more that are going out. But they go back and forth all day long. See how these ewes have all got their head down? Silly girls. It's a bug issue. Don't go back to the barn. They're worse in the barn. Let me tell you, they're worse in the barn. There are bugs in the barn. Stay outside. Stay outside. Silly sheep. Funny how when they're grazing, they almost graze as if they're at a trough. They go in a line like that. And you can see here there's actually stages of lines. There's the first line, and then at the back, there's the back line. Whoa! Sorry about the wind. But you see how there's a second wave coming. Hi you guys, how you doing? Do you like it out here? Looks like good grazing. Hi. Hi, how you guys doing? Oh, Cammy, hi. How you doing? Oh, you guys are so nice. You guys really are nice. Got stirred up by the dogs. So because one wants to go back, they're all gonna tear back now. You watch. Max, stay back from them. They won't go in for long because, like I said, there's flies in the barn and they can't stand the flies. Now if they're smart, they would lie outside around the barn if they want to be at the barn. But be outside and they'll catch a breeze. Let's see if any of them are smart enough for that. And there's little Toonie. Most of her brown wool is gone now, but she's still got her brown legs and her brown face. Max is just in his element when he's, well, he thinks he's working the sheep. Because when he moves, they move. So I guess technically he is, but he's moving to his own agenda. It's evening now. The hay is down, and 4 sunny days we were supposed to get. Look at the clouds and the wind. Looks pretty scary for rain. We're really gonna hope that it doesn't rain tonight because the hay is down. The sheep are heading back to the field because the temperature has dropped significantly since yesterday. It's actually, I'm shivering actually right now. So just can't be stable. Anyway, we're gonna call this a night and hope to see you tomorrow for the next episode at Utopia Farms. Bye for now.